Welcome in, everybody. Today we have an absolutely incredible explainer lined up for you. We are diving straight into the ultimate moderator playbook for the Halien's Paradise system. The goal today? To turn you into an elite chaos engineer. We are going to unpack exactly what it takes to get in the driver's seat and completely master the room, the time, and the energy.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our chronological journey for today. First, we'll be decoding the Paradise calendar. Then, we'll break down the Hellion clock's 5 phases. Next, we'll go over the specific daytime scripts, Rise, Peak, and Velvet. After that, we cover Surviving After Dark and the GRU. And finally, we'll wrap up with a live-action practice exam, mod roleplay on enforcing house rules. Section 1. Decoding the Paradise calendar. Let's look at the foundational math of Halion time, because before we can master the hours, we absolutely have to master the days. It all starts with the clean rule. Honestly, this rule is absolute genius. It's the anniversary anchor of the entire ecosystem. Here's how it works. Every single month, exactly on the 3rd day of the month, a brand new chapter opens. And every day after that, that's simply the next page. This effectively resets the room's overarching timeline every single month, which keeps the narrative completely fresh.
To put that into perspective, let's map it out. Imagine a standard date, like May 3rd. Under this system, that officially becomes Chapter 3, Page 1, or just Chapter 3.1. The very next day, May 4th, is Chapter 3.2. Fast forward a bit to May 17th, and boom, you are living in Chapter 3.15. It's just a beautifully clean, elegant tracking system. Now, you might be wondering, why does this matter? Well, by displaying this chapter and page system during your live sessions, you aren't just telling people the time. You are creating time-stamped storytelling. The audience can really rally around this. When someone drops a message saying, "Pull up, it's Chapter 3.8, Peak Paradise," they are naming a specific moment in history that people will immediately want to be a part of.
Section 2. The Hellion Clock 5 Phases. Let's move on and see how this builds as we zoom in from the daily calendar down to the strict, locked hours of a single day. This 24-hour chronological arc, it operates exactly like a nightclub schedule carved into time itself. At 5 a.m., the room wakes up with the rise of Paradise. At 12 p.m., we hit Peak Paradise. 5 p.m. brings the Velvet turn. 9 p.m. is when things get wild with After Dark Paradise. And finally, at 12 a.m., we drift to the gown. Every single one of these phases naturally tells you, the mod, exactly what to do, based entirely on specific color themes and energy vibes. Rise is bathed in a peach gold glow. It's all about warm welcomes and soft conversation. Peak is electric gold. Think high traffic and heavy debates. Velvet is maroon for storytelling and deep emotion. After Dark is deep purple for roasting and sheer chaos. Definitely buckle up for that one. And Drift is midnight blue, made for quiet chaos and room resets. These vibes completely dictate your immediate mission. Section 3. Scripts for Rise, Peak, and Velvet. Let's talk about the specific verbal cues for the daylight and evening phases.
Picture this. It's 5 a.m. You're opening the room. Your tone needs to match that peach gold vibe. Soft, welcoming, easy. Your script is literally, "We're in Rise of Paradise, so come in soft, come in respectful, and bring good energy to the room." Your whole focus here is building that early loyalty crowd and doing gentle check-ins. If someone tries to start drama early on, you just remind them, "Hey, don't make the coffee turn into court." But when the clock strikes noon, the room stands up. You shift dramatically from that soft, easy energy of Rise into the high-stakes management of Peak Paradise. As a mod, you are no longer just welcoming people. You are managing massive energy spikes, you're staging heavy traffic, and you are actively policing intense debates. It's a completely different ballgame. Because of that, your opening script for Peak hits much harder. You tell them, this is the loud hour. One mic, no family shots, no disrespecting women, and don't talk over the room. This electric gold phase requires a really tight call and response pacing from you. When those debates get heated, and they will, you have to jump in and tell them to keep it spicy, not nasty. Attack the point, not the person. Now, shifting between these 5 daily phases requires a really clear 3-step transition workflow to ensure the energy shift is seamless. Step 1, you announce the current phase is closing. Step 2, you hype the arrival of the new vibe. And Step 3, you tighten and rotate the stage so the speakers actually match the incoming mood. So at 5 p.m., you transition into Velvet Turn. This is where you lower your volume and slow your pacing to a serious, intimate register. Your script becomes, "This is where the room leans in." We can laugh, we can vent, but we don't weaponize anybody's family, pain, or personal life. Your mission here is to gently guide those deeper emotional waves and make absolutely sure nobody cuts each other open over a shared story.
Section 4. Surviving After Dark and the GUA. Let's talk about how to protect the room when the chaotic night phases activate.
At 9 p.m., the deep purple of After Dark activates. And let me tell you, it is wild. There are no filters, there are no breaks. When the chaos really peaks, you have to drop your pitch and deliver the Guts warning script with pure edge. You tell them, you are entering Guts territory. Choose your next sentence with care. This is literally your ultimate weapon to remind everyone that while it's the wild block, the foundation of respect still stands.
Surviving these rapid-fire night phases means relying on very specific tactics. You strictly enforce no family attacks, none. If the roasting turns into rotting, or if people start to dogpile, you mute the entire stage for 10 seconds to take the oxygen right out of the room. By midnight, during drift, you're asking tired ramblers to wrap it up, reminding them the room is drifting, not drowning. And anyone who disrupts that transition, they get packed up and sent right down to the audience view.
Section 5. Mod Roleplay. Enforcing House Rules. So, the crucial point is putting all of this into action. Let's put you in the hot seat to test your reactions.
Here is your first rapid-fire scenario. The room is in After Dark, the energy is totally chaotic and wild, and a speaker suddenly makes a derogatory comment toward women that isn't a direct fair game response. Think about those universal mod lines we talked about. What is your exact reaction here?
You hit them with a strict, no-nonsense response. You say, pause, that's past the line. Take it back, reword it, or you're going down. See? This proves that even in the chaotic deep purple of After Dark, the rules still stand. You do not negotiate, you draw the line immediately.
Okay, next scenario. It's getting late. Speakers are fired up, and suddenly everyone is yelling over each other, piling onto one single person. The stage has literally turned into a blender, and you are losing control of the traffic. What's your move? This brilliantly illustrates the tactical reset. You jump in and say, "Everybody breathe, we're resetting the room." Then you literally mute the entire stage for 10 seconds. You force the room to stop, which gives you the space to reestablish control without just screaming over everybody. All right, final test question. You are in Drift to the Goo, that midnight blue phase. A speaker is persistently disruptive, they are causing turbulence, and they have completely ignored your final hard warning. How do you properly execute the removal?
You handle it with clinical calm. You simply tell them they've been selected for the GU experience and you move them straight to the audience. When the final page of the day is closing, you send the room off with a slow, quiet whisper. Paradise rests, but the legend keeps breathing. You now have the full playbook to master the clock, but I have to ask, when the room descends into chaos tonight, will you control the energy or will the GU claim you?